welcome back. This is going to be a really bizarre Animal Crossing rant, but for whatever reason, this came to my mind and I just felt like I really needed to talk about it because it just doesn't make any sense. And I want to know if I'm crazy and if this makes any sense. And if this is something that I'm the only person that thought of this and upset about it. So, how come... Okay, preface. I am really happy with what Nintendo has done with 2.0 for Animal Crossing. I think it is a really great direction that they're taking it. I'm glad that they have listened to some feedback and have done things that people have been asking for and have been complaining about. And I'm really happy that they have really shown that they're listening. And that's great. I hope they continue on that. I think this is a great building block for the next Animal Crossing. I think it really shows the direction they're trying to take, and they're trying to take a more positive direction. However, why in the world did they show off that there are these new beautiful sandy cliffs that we can't use on our own island? Why would they do that? So, if you were unaware, with 2.0, even if you don't buy Happy Home Paradise, there is now an island that you can go to via Captain's Boat. Captain's Boat. I don't know why. Via Captain's Boat, that is a glowing moss vine sandy island where the cliffs are now a beautiful sandy color. They're way more tropical, way more beachy, and they give a completely different vibe. Now, if you do have Happy Home Paradise and you go to the Happy Home Paradise archipelago, you'll see that they have the same sandy cliffs on that main island. And they're beautiful. They're tropical. They're sandy. They're beachy. They fit in very super well. That made no sense. I don't care. Now also tell me, for 2.0, they really tried to make Nook Miles be way more viable, because a lot of people before 2.0, and even still now, that there is more to buy with Nook Miles and more to do with them by going to Captain's Islands and everything. However, before 2.0, really the only use for Nook Miles, especially if your island was finished, was just for Nook Mile tickets to go villager hunting. So they really understood that, okay, Nook Miles are super underutilized and we need to come up with a different something else for them to be used for. So they brought in Captain's Island, and they brought in a whole bunch of new furniture that you can buy, as well as some upgrades to different like Nook phone apps and stuff, which are great. Again, love it. Love the direction they're taking. But why in the world was one of those upgrades not an upgrade to our Island Designer app, allowing us to use those new sandy cliffs on our own island? Now, I'm not a programmer. I'm not a developer. I don't know how any of this works, but to my simple brain, it doesn't feel like it should be that hard to, when you're in your Island Designer app, you got your little hard hat on and you select the cliff building feature, that another little pop-up comes up that's like, do you want the sandy cliffs or do you want the regular brown cliffs? Like, why? And make us spend 5,000 Nook Miles for this upgrade. Why is that not a thing that they did? Why? That would add so much more customization to our islands. Holy cow, for islands that are like tropical themed or beach themed or desert themed, or even islands that have like multiple biomes and one is like, or even if somebody just wants it to be a little more realistic and they want the cliffs that are nearest to their beaches to be a little more beachy, like, so then you could do really cool. You could build the cliffs that are nearest to your beach with the sandy one, and then you can transition to the regular brown as you get into a more mountainous region of your island. Like, it makes so much sense and it would be so cool. Why did they not give us that feature? This is so stupid, and it's like an awful hill to die on, but it's like Nintendo does some great things, and they do some things that it's like they're obviously listening. And then there's other things that are just like come off as completely obvious, yet they don't do it. Like, why? Why, Nintendo? Why do you think the way that you think? It's bizarre. And I'm sorry for any headphone users because I'm probably peaking a whole lot. I haven't even been watching because I'm recording this while I'm also trying to actually do my regular day job. So I'm not even looking at the screen that I'm recording on. But tell me, am I crazy? Is this not something somebody else has thought of after 2.0? Is that not something that people were not like taken aback by, that they did not give us that option? I mean, it's not surprising that Nintendo is keeping features from us because they totally do that all the time. But like, I've not heard anybody else talk about this. Why is that not something they've allowed us to do? I know that they have said essentially the game is for the most part done. They're not really going to be doing any major updates. Definitely no more DLC. I'm inclined to believe them, even though Nintendo are the types of people who say, no, this doesn't exist, and then later they reveal that it does exist, in fact. So they like to lie about those kinds of things. But I do believe, though, that they are truthful and that for the most part, any updates to Animal Crossing are going to be maybe just a few seasonal items, a few new holiday items, and then bug fixes. I don't think they're really going to be adding anything else major. So I don't have hopes that this will be something that they add. But man, one could hope, because I think that would be an incredible change that could really make People's Island's way more immersive. Just having a different cliff color. And it's already in the game. It already exists. They just don't allow us to use it for who knows why reason. So, thank you so much for listening to my nearly 7 minutes, 7-minute rant about Animal Crossing cliffs. That's the video. Thanks, bye!